progress. The final match of the George Washington Masters jackpot. We've got at the top of the screen playing the yellow checkers, Kimon Papachristopoulos, and at the bottom playing the black checkers, Chris Trencher. Both extremely strong players. I'm looking forward to an excellent match. Let's see what's happening. Where's the cube? Is the cube actually in the middle? The 11-point match, a single 11-point match, no best 2 out of 3. We're done with that nonsense, at least for the time being. And it looks like a 4-point anchor with a crunched board, waiting to roll double 5s or double 6s, while Chris Trencher is trying to hold on to his prime as long as he can and then slip home and win the race. Race is probably actually fairly close, so it's the critical point will come either when Kimon rolls a convenient doubles, or when a shot gets hit, or when Chris gets to counterattack a single block or just manage to slip past. The race is a little bit deceptive, whatever the actual pip count is, because we can see yellow has wasted a lot of pips in his home board. But still, this could still be close. And I don't see any cube other than the one in the center, so I'm assuming the cube is centered, which may be what somebody's thinking about right now. And obviously, if anybody was going to double this game, it would be black doubling. Okay, so Chris has decided to double. Kimon's got a stew on it. He didn't stew too long. Away we go. These positions. Okay, 6-5. That undercuts his bear in. He's going to have to give up either the 7-point or the 8-point. And now the best plan for black here is that one white checker leaves and then black counterattacks. And for white, the plan is get out with both checkers or have black leave a shot and hit that and run. Otherwise, if you run with just one checker, you get attacked, you're going to have to hit back. Double 2s, I think that's double 2s. Again, he's keeping the pressure on. He's not trying to bear in smoothly because there's a danger of losing the race. And once white gets going, yellow, white, I'll call it the same thing. Once white gets going, he's going to bear off. This is a terrible, terrible roll. Terrible roll. We have just 2s and 6s, though. He could miss it altogether. He will hit with either hand. If he can hit, he will hit. There, hit, bring a builder. Getting hit back doesn't really hurt here because the board's wide open. In and out. Okay, once again, now we've got 1, 2, 4, and 6. He kind of like to scoop up the 1. 5-3 misses absolutely everything. My goodness. How many numbers missed? Just double 5s and 5-3. Now we get to see how good this race is. The pip count's not so bad, but we're way behind in crossovers. The black wants to get checkers off, not roll too many 4s, and certainly not roll too many 1s. Just get 2 checkers off with every roll. Black is fine, but he's not going to get 2 checkers off with every roll. It's very unlikely to happen. White also holds the cube, so he can sit back and wait to get lucky. I mean, look what happens. One set of big doubles, and white's checkers are flush. He's going to get 2 or 4 checkers off every single roll, whereas black's going to struggle to get 2 checkers off and sometimes 1. So let's see what happens. I didn't see what we're stuck playing. Is it a 4-2? I guess he's thinking about whether it's right to stay back and wait for a freaky shot. Now, that's what he's looking at. Does he stay back and wait for a freaky shot? I think that's what he's going to do. I guess he figures he's not going to get hit loose, although double 1s and 2 1s suddenly become black's best numbers, or double 2s. 5-4. I think he's going to go to the ace point. He wants to get checkers off and keep the points, not just clear and be safe. And 4-1. Now we're getting this is kind of yucky for Kimon. The racing chances are dwindling. He's really going to have to bank on a couple of big doubles and poor rolling by. Okay, the 4 is good, but the 5 is bad. Black's getting too close. Kimon's rolling baby numbers, and it's now looking like this game's going to get away from him. 3-1. Still, black continues to inexorably get off a checker here and a checker there. And by the time Kimon's speed board gets up to speed, there may not be any checkers left to play against. I count 2, 4, 6, 7, 9. He's already got 6 checkers off. Still, a couple of bad, maybe 5, 4. Only notice these are only getting 1 checker off each, but Kimon took too long to get charging, and his was that double threes or 6-3, whatever it was. I don't think he's mathematically out of it, but he's in big trouble. A couple of aces in a row. 2 aces in a row, loses a roll. Get a doubles in here? No. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 at least. I can't count 2, 4, 6, 8. That might be 11.
First one.
This is there goes a 1. We got to get some doubles. Is that double threes? Yeah. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still 7 checkers. It's annoying. 1 checker too many. 5, 3. No miss. Now he rolls 1. Can't. He's done. He needed doubles and then a miss and then doubles or something like that. He could have done it, but it didn't happen. All right, that could have been much closer than it was. So our score is now 2 for Chris Trencher and 1 for our knight of many syllables.
Yeah, you don't give up until it's mathematically impossible.
Exactly. Well, that was not that was until the final roll. It wasn't mathematically impossible.
Yeah.
That was a we got kind of what we paid for, just 1 extra 6-5 or something by Kimon, and that bear off would have looked a whole lot different. He rolled small numbers coming around the board. He was not getting the crossovers. Small numbers need to come later when all numbers get 2 checkers off. So that was fun in theory and not quite as much fun in practice as it might have been, but close. I don't know if they're taking a breather or having a sandwich or what right now. Both very, very, very strong players. I actually played Kimon in the finals of the Metropolitan Open in New Jersey 4 or 5 months ago, whenever that was, and it was exciting up until the point that he squashed me like a bug and I lost.
Come on, Paul.
I don't know what they're up to. Maybe there's technical difficulties. We've had a great tournament this week, and the finals and the main event are actually still going on, and I think being streamed on a different channel, so you can watch them. Although there is no, to the best of my knowledge, there is no commentary going on right now. I remember who's in the final. John O'Hagan is certainly one final, so maybe Sean. Who was the other? Was it Sean Garber? I'm not sure who the other finalist is that came through the losers bracket, but John O'Hagan's a top backgammon master who's been around forever, and has a good chance to add this tournament to his collection. Meanwhile, I want action. Where are our competitors? They can't be taking a bathroom break this quickly. They're much younger than I am, so they don't need to do that. We had a fun U.S. Backgammon Federation champions and celebrities, as it were, and supporters doubles tournament where the contributors and lifetime members to the U.S. Backgammon Federation got to choose their doubles partner from a list of giants of backgammon and grandmasters, and it was a lot of fun. I think everybody enjoyed it, and we had a good time. It's something they do here at the Cherry Blossom tournament, which I don't think, I've seen doubles tournaments certainly, but I've not seen this tournament of stars where they have the sponsors and top players paired together, and it was great fun. All right, it looks like somebody's back. At least Chris is back, and there's a hand coming from Kimon's side of the board. So here we go. 6 looks like 6-2. Nobody makes the awkward looking 13-5 play anymore, which was fairly common a whole bunch of years ago. And nobody runs anymore either. Well, actually, way back certainly in the 70s and early 80s, a fair number of players would actually play 13-5 with opening 6-2. And now we've got a hit. We've got some blots. I like blots. I like hits. This is a good start to a game. 5 in and hits back the other way. Now we kind of, they're gonna want to contest the inner board points. It's hit again. Notice he didn't even think about covering the blot on his 11 point. Now is the time to try to get the first bite in, sort of like that. Hit, made the 4 point. Now it's Kimon who's got the edge. Coming back the other way, 5 and I missed it. Where was the 6? Oh, he's got 2 on the bar. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I guess it went double pass. That was quick. Before he can even see what was happening, the game was over. 4-3, 2 down. This is fun. This was universally played back in the good old days, what I call the good old days, before half of our viewers were born. And 3-1 by the other side. Nowadays, with a 4-3, you see a lot of mixed splits, split with a 3 and come down with a 4 being the most common. I think the computers give a very slight nod to split with a 3 and come down with a 4. So if you want to keep your computer rating as tight as you possibly can, you mimic the computer and make that silly looking play. Okay, anchored on the 22 point. That's nice. That's going to prevent any kind of blitz. Nice advantage here for Papachristopoulos. And Trencher has a fledgling. Oops, he just hit a blot. That puts him right back in contention. Nothing severe rates to happen right away. Kimon's position is somewhat impregnable. I mean, he's got a little bit the better blockade in prime, and he's got an advanced anchor. The other side of the coin, he has 3 checkers back, but it's going to be hard to. There's no knockout punch that Chris can deliver. The closest thing would be a double 5s, which pull all his checkers around, but he's still got to build his 4 point and make a more formidable blockade. Kimon's looking to figure out, how can I complete trapping this checker I've got trapped, or help get another one. We're looking at 2-4, and what are our choices? We coming in with a 2 and coming off of the midpoint with a 4, slotting the back part of a potential prime is big. More action comes this way, where you come in the front, you basically get your, figuratively speaking, you get your opponent's face. 5-2 is a little awkward to do everything. You can't really swing the 2 around the corner. You'd have to keep it going, so you can play 15-8. The back checker in the outfield move around to where his finger's pointing right there. He's just flipped and pointed to. He's flipped us off. He flipped and pointed to some of the plays he's considering. I don't think he's going to give any consideration to moving the very back checker. He can hit loose on the. He can hit loose on the 4 point. If he hits loose on the 4 point, he's probably not going to do it from the 11 point, even though that checker is 7 away, he's not going to use that one. If he hits loose in the 4 point, he'll use the 2 from the 6 point and then come from the 15 to the 10 to back it up. That's a natural looking play if he wants to attack. If he's not going to attack, he may just play 15-8 and sit back and wait for things to develop. It's dangerous to attack. He gets hit back with 4s and 1s on his side of the board, and then 4s and 6s on the other side of the board, and he's facing a 3 point board. Things could go up in smoke quickly. Still, the natural attacking play is 15-10 and then playing the 2 6-4 hitting. Chris is a very, very strong player. I'm not going to second guess what he does. This is a play I actually didn't think he's going to make. Did he punch his clock? No, he didn't. He's just looking at it. I think this is just too loose, and if it works, he hasn't really accomplished a whole lot. So if he wants to make a cleanup play, I think he would play 15-8. That's the cleanup play. The other play is 15-10 and 6-4. I think those are the two lead candidates. Well, he's letting us see all the choices. I'm surprised. I'm a little surprised he did this. Okay, 3s and 6s. I can't see what that is. There's at least a 6 there. Is it also a 5? He's got a choice of. Looks like 6-5 to me. He's got a choice of lots to hit. So okay, he's thinking about coming out with a 5. I'm hitting somebody. This seems most logical. Long arm of the law reaches out. That's it. Okay, now a 7. Any 7 to link on the 18 point is nice. Staying out is very bad. And here comes the cube. Yes, here comes the cube. They may well be able to take this. Boy, it's dangerous. It is dangerous. The second checker is going to go up. It's going to be stuck behind a prime. The 5 point is nice, but I don't think it's enough. Yeah, he passed. All right, what's our score? Is that they just update the scores at 3-2? Inching along, we got potential for fireworks and gammons and big things happening, but nobody's been silly enough to step off the top of the building. Okay, 5-4 once again. In days of yore, two checkers would come down with 5-4, or you'd run. Only occasionally would the split be made. Split didn't work out so well. Here was an instant double threes crusher. 4-2. Okay, everybody's in. We're a checker or two short to really get this attack going full speed. Nice advantage to yellow, but he needs a little more ammunition. 5-1 doesn't get it. He brings one builder down. He'll split from the back and play to hope he's got something to attack later, and that black doesn't sort his position out too quickly. Is that 2-1? Okay, no, Chris didn't even think about it. He needs the security, the anchor, and he'll hope to be able to develop his checkers naturally.
They're playing speed Gammon.
Yeah, they're playing faster than I can talk, which is a highly rare occurrence.
Very rare.
All right, now we're sort of in a holding game, waiting to see what happens. We'll get, barring a big doubles. There's a medium-sized doubles. This is putting. See, the trick now is that Kimon can't keep this pretty blockade and move his next roll. Something has to give. He's only played half of his roll, and it's almost like he's got to give something up. So he's done the natural thing. He shifted in and made the bar point. He'd kind of rather have the 10 point, but he can't keep it. 4-2 by Chris. He will not leave any blocks, so he just shuffles around and makes a point this board. And once again, Kimon's going to want doubles to try to get home, and Chris wants bigger doubles, or more likely to wait and try to pick off a block when Kimon is squeezed off of one of these back points and has to yield something. Meanwhile, there's a 4-2, so right away he's got problems. What can you do with 4-2? He can run off the back. It's actually not ridiculous. He can abandon the midpoint. That looks a little silly, but he's got to do something, or he can just play safe and wait for later. This is he's actually given up the value. Oh, here we go. It said great big doubles, and there they are. So now it's all switched to a 5-point holding game. 5-point holding games often just turn into simple races. So you don't do anything untoward if you're either attacking or playing a 5-point holding game, because it's as much a race as anything else. You don't get a whole lot of contact advantage unless there's been some board cracking. So it's often a matter of can you hang on to the 20 point until you can safely leave with both checkers, or you're going to be forced to leave with one checker and then get counterpunched. If black had an big advantage in the race, the fact that he's got his 9-point and his 8-point could give him a solid doubling advantage. But he's not ahead in the race by he may well be behind in the race. So going to try to figure out what wait and see what to do. You don't want to leave too many blots in your board. If he plays that 6, he's going to make the ace point. You don't want to make an easy pass for your opponent to race off the 20 point and not pay the price if you can attack him. Let me get a rough idea of the race by looking at the two men on the 20 point. Compare them to the two men on the midpoint. They're 7 pips away from their own midpoint. That's 14 pips. You're behind 14 pips there, but then look at all the pips you gain with your checkers on the inner board and outfield. There's almost the same number of pips there. The ace and deuce points are identical. So pull 14 out to the midpoint. So you're down 14, down 13, get back 8, down 5, get back another 6. This is very, very, very close. So we need someone to leave a shot or roll big doubles. You can't, or black can kind of come home with medium-sized rolls. What is this, double twos? Yeah, it's sort of cute. He's not far enough ahead that he really wants. He's certainly going to do those two. He's not far enough ahead that he really wants to just clear. So he's going to just sort of hold everything. That's what he's looking at. Hold everything. It's all nice and pretty. The problem is, yellow rolls and probably stays put, shuffles around, builds his own board, and then black has to roll again. But this position is manageable. If he had a bigger lead in the race, he would yield the 11 point. The 11 points an asset in that it blocks his opponent from getting out, like with 6-1. But it's a liability that it's a point you're going to have to clear without leaving a shot. 2-1 does nothing. He sees these things very, very quickly, but he had no other options. 3-5 doesn't have to do this. He's going to look for this a minute. I don't believe. Well, he's going to do it that quickly. I'm not so sure it's that easy. Come on. There's still a 2 doesn't hit. So all the hit numbers that also have a 2 will pick and pass and cover the 3 point. He's got a closed board. I mean, his opponent punches first, as McGrill used to say, but he hits back with lethal force. So black gets his first swing in, but if he leaves a block, yellow gets to shoot back with lethal force. Okay, here we go. He gets the first punch. He can go ahead and point on him, but if that doesn't work, he can get himself gammoned. Okay, if he fails, the game is basically over. If he comes in, there could be a gammon the other direction. Now the question is, can black play for a fluke gammon? He's a big favorite to close his board. If he was guaranteed he could close his board here, there's no harm in rolling on and trying to win a gammon. But he's not guaranteed he can close his board. How many numbers don't close his board? How many numbers leave you in trouble? That's what he's working on right now. If I find that there's 30 numbers that close the board and no number leaves a shot, then I'm going to roll on. Okay, and he presumably did something like that. Now he's rolling on. We'll play for a gammon. The only danger shot here is double sixes. Double sixes. Look at double sixes when you're in a position like this. Double sixes leave a shot. Leaves a shot. You've got something to worry about, and therefore something to think about. If double sixes does not leave a shot, you got a free roll. And here it does, but it's only one number. He'll get off of double sixes one way or the other like that. Now he's got a free roll. If he happens to open his board and white rolls double sixes, then he can chew him out because he's still going to be ahead. So there's a, probably single digits chance, mid to high single digits chance that he can win a gammon here. Could have taken a checker off with a little bit of risk. I'm not sure. 1, 2. He can certainly take one off. Now is he going to be aggressive or play completely safe? If he's aggressive, he's leaving big doubles to leave a shot. So he plays completely safe and hopes his opponent stays out. Okay, now can he play for the super freak gammon? Yes, because he figures even if his opponent rolls double sixes, he can double it out. 4-3. Once again, even a size, it's not wasting time. It's basically impossible to lose and almost zero chance to win a gammon. It takes more wear and tear on your elbows than it's worth. 3-all. 8 points to go. So now we're right on the edge of where the match could end this next game. Double, redouble, boom. Gammon match is over. There was a widely respected, famous player and author years and years ago who wrote a backgammon book, and I got to play him at a tournament in Vegas, Barclay Cook, and we were playing a 15-point match. He got a 1-0 lead and shook my hand after the next game. Got the cube up to 8 and gammoned him, and that was the end of the match. Much easier to do when you only need 8 points to go. Heck, I needed 15. Okay, meanwhile, looks like there's been a 6-1 and a 6-4 where a bar point was made and a splitting down. And meanwhile, the other side of the board, we somehow slithered up and grabbed the 22 point and made our own 3 point. We're hoarding 3 points. Maybe not a great strategy, but that's the strategy he's employing. Double fours makes some sense to grab the 20 point, and 9 points a point 6 away from your opponent's anchor. That's generally valuable. There's no absolute value. The 5 points better than the 4 point. The 6 points better than this point. It's often in relation to what your opponent's position is and where your opponent's checkers are. If you're trying to contain your opponent's checkers, the best point to have is the one 6 away from them. If you've got a point you need to make and can't make it, the best point to have is 6 away from there. All right, we're sort of evolving into something we just saw, the 5 point holding game in a race, except for in this case, both sides have their opponent's 5 points, 20 point versus 20 point. Certainly looks like at a glance, it's not clear who's ahead in the race. So nothing's going to happen unless one of them either leads with one or both checkers. Right now, there's no reason for either one of them to give any serious consideration to doubling because nothing's going to happen. It's essentially a static position. If a big doubles gets rolled, or if someone decides to make a move to the hoop and run, leaving a blot behind, then they'll think about a cube. Right now, they're going to roll, hope for their joker, and otherwise, try to keep everything in one piece. Here, one piece means giving up the 9 point. And now yellow's got okay, 4-3. This is just cover the ace point, leave no blots, everything's fine. That's not cocked. It's a 6-5. Yeah, boy, oh boy, if you run, where do you run to? Your board still stinks. Your opponent's board is stronger. I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he's going to have to do something, but it's kind of yucky. If you play the 6-5 naturally, it does this. It looks like this, and it's maybe the play he ends up making. Although you really don't like to put that third checker on the ace point. Other play would be to clear this, but then when he looks at this is going to look pretty pukey. Also, this is letting yellow leave with a free hand. You can't really do that. I think unless he's going to, I think this is really the standout play, and he made it. Now yellow's, oh, is that double threes? Looks like double threes. He doesn't really have any choices. He plays it quickly because he can see as quickly as I can. If you play the first 2-3, the next 2 threes are almost fours. 6-4. Now this is that a 6-4? Yeah. What's he going to do? He can't sit back. He comes out and grabs the outfield. Now it's sort of interesting. Now yellow has a couple of long distance numbers to call. The race is still obviously pretty darn close. So I don't know what choice. Black wants to keep control of the outfield, and staying back means he cedes that to white. So this is big number will hit. No, 3-1. He builds up his board. So now a fly shot is a virtual winner. So black wants to control the outfield at the same time, not get hit. 4-1's a terrible roll. It doesn't bring any checkers safer. It doesn't. It builds his 2 point. That much it's got going for it. Now, what are we looking at here? Is that a 9? He hit it. There was a hit. There was a hit. Now, if he doesn't roll a 2, we may have a gammon go the other direction. He did not roll a 2. Okay, I think he can take the risk of not doubling and try to win a gammon. There's a full prime, and he can take a roll or 2 or 3 and may get the chance to pick up that other blot. May just win on gammon on power. 2-4. He's 6 away from picking up a second checker. That's an interesting play, 2-1 there. That's not a bad play. The only question is if your opponent rolls 2-5 or 2-6, how strong is your position? The safest play to avoid losing is simply to move the spare back checker around at the 12 point. There's nothing bad can happen. Or 11 point. Where was he? Yeah, he stole the pip. Looks like 2-1 to me. He stole the pip. So this is back to the starting position. So what he's thinking about, his best chance for a gammon, close out the board, hit the second checker, is to break the 7 point. But that leaves a slight chance that his opponent rolls double 2s or 2-6 and hits him. And if he stays out, bad things can happen. That's a pretty long parlay, and there is a gammon at the end of this rainbow. It's not like he's only closed one checker out. He could well get both of them. Now 2-2 or 2-6 will make this very exciting. He danced. Okay, now we got 17 hits over there, plus some numbers to close our board. And we rolled absolutely nothing. Round we go again. Another shot. 3 great numbers. And 1-3 is not one of them. Nothing. Now we 17 more 6s. And he got it. He got one. Okay, now there's 2 checkers up, plus 4 checkers in the outfield. If we can bring this home and close our board, I believe he's a favorite to win a gammon. What do we get? He closed the board. Okay, cruising now. We're cruising. The cube never got turned. Things got too exciting too fast. I guess he hit a fly shot and then it was too good. Okay, 5-3. Okay, do we play safe? No. These piggy plays are actually much better than we used to think. He's only subjected himself to double 6s and double 5s. And even if that gets hit, he hasn't lost yet. 5-4. I'm liking his chances. 6-5 leaves a shot. He rolled. Looks like it must have been a 4-1. Took one. There's a 6 in. Big deal. Now we go for power or keep our 5 points. So we got a little bit of each. Get in fast. You get a lot of crossovers and a lot of, oh, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5, 7. Still got 8 crossovers to go. He's probably going to make it, but it doesn't hurt for Kimon to take a couple of rolls. He rolls, boxes back to back while Chris is rolling 3-1 the whole time and twiddling his fingers. He could still do it. Try to figure, do I waste he's going to take a crossover. Does he waste a pip? Phil also fills in the 5 point in case he needs double 5s to work, whereas otherwise double 5s might get all his checkers in but not get anybody off. Double aces, very, very got his 2 crossovers, no spare pips. Now look at this. Big doubles, medium-sized number. Big doubles, it's small doubles, it's over. There can still be a gammon here. Was he trying to tweak? Okay, here we go. Get him, make him big and make him sweat. 4-3. Now we need to be really feeble by black. So Chris just wants like 7 pips. Well, there's 7 pips. It's not quite enough to make it safe, but it's close. Okay, now, well, actually, it's pretty damn close. Anyway, big doubles doesn't. He needed more than 7 pips. He needed 8. Big doubles will get him. 4. Okay, we either need doubles ourselves or we're subject. There's no doubles there. Be careful. Make sure. Hey, where'd our? Make sure you get off with the. Okay, we back. Make sure you get off with double 4s. Don't do something funny here. So you gotta slot it. You gotta slot the 2 to the 4 point. Otherwise, double 4s misses. 2s are better. And it's a gammon. 2s or better for this gammon, and it is 3-5. Well, that was very exciting. Very exciting. And everything happened the way you thought. All right, 4-3. Oh, can't they just win 8 points and I can save my voice? What do we got? 5-3. They don't pay me at all. I think I pay them actually. 5-3 made the 3 point. Double ones is building a prime. 6-2 probably runs away. And now we've got some attacking numbers. So we need to put some stuff together. Roll a 4 here, 4-5, 4 something, and 6-1. Okay, builder and probably split with the ace. This is the final of the $500 Masters jackpot. 6. Oh, that's a nice shot. Pick off that back check. These little 3 blockades aren't as good as they look. You really kind of got to get the 4th in a row to have more oomph to it. Here he's going for his 4th in a row and sending a checker back, but he's got 3 of his own net back. So the pretty 3 point blockade is not all that effective until it has a little more beef on it. Okay, 4-1. There was really nothing constructive to do, so he's trying to move his back checkers forward, somehow link them up before there's so many pounders in the territory that he can't survive. And here comes the first pound, but it's short of muscle. It's sort of a jab. 4 would be nice. 5's not good. 3 checkers way back and not really enough attackers in place to. You could double here, but I don't think he's got enough stuff. 5-4. Now, if you stay out, things could get a little bit iffy. But he does not stay out. I don't. 1-6 is kind of awkward. I don't think there's enough here to do any doubling. He needs a bigger threat. 6s and 7s and 8s rather. There now. Okay, that changes a huge amount the nature of this position. That's double time. The question here is not whether you double or not. The question is the other guy's problem. Let's see what they do. I mean, what's happening is you have a 4 point blockade. You can say this is now. He's not as dead as he looks, but boy, is his position awkward. He's got a checker on the roof. The one checker he's got in is on the 24 point. It's sealed in as tightly as it can be sealed in. And if he comes in with almost any number, it's going to shake another blot loose. The only numbers that come in and don't shake a blot loose are a 2-5 or a 3-5. It's funny. Move a checker from the midpoint to the 8 point. Make the 11 point, make a slight improvement in black's position. He could probably take that, but not as it was. Okay, 3-1. Nice start for white. The match is now scores 5-3. Even number to go. Stay tuned. The cue could get high enough. The stakes could get big enough that this could end suddenly. Either way, fun things can happen. Okay, advantage to Kimon with his 5 point, but there's still work to be done. I mean, it's like roll 2. Ooh, nice shot. Now, do we make the 10-point or do we make the 3-point? I mean, he might end up making the 10-point here just to keep the overall position looking pretty. This, you step back from the board and don't look at the black checkers. The white checkers look pretty nice lined up here. Is that 4-4? Wow. Now, see, he's probably gonna make the 5-point. But look how awkward the play is. He's got these two tall towers with nowhere to build. You don't want to build behind your opponent. You want to build in front of your opponent. Of course, if he doesn't make the 5-point, what's he do? He just kills. He decides to keep this structure and build a 2-point. He can't run with a back checker. I think as awkward as it looks, this is the best play. And what Chris was thinking about is almost certainly exactly what I was saying. Question now with our 4. Is this a 4-2? Okay, he can build it. He can just build the 4-point and expose the 6 shot. It's not that critical if he's hit, but he doesn't want to be hit. He can play like a complete wimp and clear the 10-point. I don't believe he'll do that. Plan B, what is there a plan B? There is no checker shuffling play, which is safe. He could play a 2 off the midpoint and hit on his 2-point. Sometimes plays like that are right. I don't think so here. This is sort of a modern XG. Sometimes does this because there's nothing better. Back in the old days, you couldn't persuade a lot of us to do this. We'd have figured we'd have felt more that we had a more urgent problem. Okay, question here with a 3-1. He's probably going to play 6-5 with a 1. But what do you do with a 3? Do you play the 3 24 to 21? You might play the 1 23 to 22 and then play 8-5, or you could do. Yeah, again, we didn't used to grab the 2-point all that often. There are a lot of white builders in the zone, as they say. You have an anchor, all those builders are sort of frozen. If your checkers are split apart, they can avalanche in upon your tet. Any event, right now we're just shuffling around a couple of small numbers. No one's doing it. Everybody's just sort of sitting back and waiting for the other guy to do something. Boom, sort of a miracle shot, and he has no really good 2s. He might give up the midpoint and have a new midpoint on the 11-point, which is not really a midpoint. 4-3. Okay, do nothing. Now run with 1 and cause some counter punching, or get a big doubles. That's what we're waiting for. And then a very awkward 6-2. This is amazing. The positions have been inflexible because of the anchor and the relative status of the rest of each guy's checkers, all stacked up with no place to go. He's just looked. Was that just a 6 or? Yeah, he couldn't have played a 2, so he's just dumping them back there somewhere. This does nothing constructive. It just bides time and throws the roll and takes the pips and throws the roll in the trash can. I don't know if did he play the 2 somewhere? Oh, I see. The 2 was on the 3-point, so he shuffled. See, this position looks sort of pretty, and almost any play he makes it look less pretty. At least this leaves any 7 to hit. Oh, there's an 8. Now he's got the exact same problem his opponent had. The hit here, he can play it a little more smoothly. Now we wait. Can we hit a fly shot? Can we roll big doubles? They're both sort of in the same boat, both anchored on the 21-point. It's very, very similar looking positions. Okay, that looks pretty for now. Now 6-5 will pop both checkers out of the back and change things considerably. And a 6-3, he would probably take both out also. 6-2, he's got to just sit and wait, which leaves 9s to hit back. 6-5, 6-3, 5-4. Oh, 4, not 4-3. So he just builds his 2 points. So we're each. Oh, there's a 9, but he's the wrong one. Instead of getting safe, he's got to disrupt his position. Now the 9 for Chris, but double 2s. That's a little annoying. Those are both 2s? Is the top on a 1? Looks like 2 2s to me. He doesn't have many choices here. They're all blocked. 2 in, he's got to make the ace point. Not much to it. Nothing to think about. Just kind of complain about it. 5-4. He may do the same thing. Something's got to give soon. Somebody's either going to have to leave a shot. Oh, there we go. That's a. Now control the outfield. Initiative, chess term. Initiative to black. Now, presumably, black has a nice edge in the race. If the edge is big enough, he's going to give some thought to doubling. Where'd that shadow come from? Is that one of the players? Looks like a shadow popped up there. Yeah, there's a shadow. It's probably a player. Change the lights. Maybe there's a kibitzer back there. All right, what's going on? The midpoint versus the 21 point. That's 8 checkers back. That's 16 behind there. 18 behind to get to there. There's a spare checker there, so he's black is 10 ahead, 9 ahead, 6 ahead. Looks like black's 8 ahead. I don't think that's enough to double him. Oh, he's going to double. 8 checkers ahead is enough. Pretty easy take. Okay, here we go. I'm a little surprised. It may have been that checker that counts if it's up on the checker. 5-2. What are we going to do? I mean, boy, look how ugly it is to bring it in. If he plays the 2 closer forward, he's leaving more shots. Right now, there's 5 shots. If he comes in closer, there's 6. Not a big difference. Okay, and he's 7. Ooh, 4-2. What's that do? That is a 4-2, I think. There, he's cleaned up his board. 5-1. Annoying. Now, yellow really wants to get both checkers out with a big number. And that counts as a big number. That might be enough to give yellow the lead. Put him somewhere where it's easier to count. Okay, he's down 6 there, but he gets some back. This is a very close game. 8 pips. Boy, look at this. Look at that ugly hole in the 4 point. He wants to put some checkers on his 4 point. 4s are annoying. Gets no checkers off, and it slams checkers down to your 1 and 2 points where they're wasted to bear off later. Use the one to take the checker off is almost always right. Boy, it's tempting to fill in that hole. What are the pips? This is very, very close. 6-5. Great shot for black. Great shot. On the other side of the coin is 5-4. Pretty close. This has got to be close. Down 5. They go too fast. Down 2. It's small single digit differences in pips. 4-3. Yucky number. 3. No good 4. Both positions are kind of disjointed. What's that? Ace. Yeah. 6-4. Lots of pips. What's he think of? He's got to go to the ace point. He's not going to put a 4th man at 2 point. Did I miss something? Okay. Well, if we get that's even. It's 5 pips down, and he just rolled 6 pips, so he's a pip ahead. This is very, very close race. Probably a little edge to black. Double 3s, huge edge to black. White. Kimon's got to roll something good, or he's going to be dead. I think he's dead. Let's take a look. We'll get a breather here. Oh, no. Oh, he's already doubled. So it's just dead in terms of ending the game. Can we rebound? Double 2s is a partial rebound. A lot of checkers off. Now, very small number by black and a big number. Oh, that's way too big. But there's always double 6s. We can get all 4 checkers off in one roll if need be. 5-4. Okay, now we got 3s, 4s, 5s, or 6s to get off if we get a roll. Or if there's an ace, we might get 2 cracked. No, 4 numbers, 1 in 9 chance, 11%. Here we go. Oh, I saw the 6 first. Well, that was exciting. What's our score? 5 all? Oh, now definitely this thing could end any minute now. Nice backgammon, and the match is over. I'll have a sip of water. All right, here we go. 5-1. No slotting going on here, just splitting. Double 4s. In the golden days of backgammon, this would be power home. Make 2 points, point on them, crush it, and that's what's happening now. You see people make the more positional plays sometimes. 5-1. You really want to come in with a 5 and play a 1, but it's much too dangerous. All those board points built. 4-1. He's seen this before. He played it awfully quickly. 6-1 builds a point. Nothing to that. He's going to split or build a point or both. 4-2. 2, okay, now it's, yellow's got control of the board and more interboard points. So black really needs something to about 2, bang, bang, and build a 3-point. Now all of a sudden black's position looks stronger. 2, 5, in with a 2, down with a 5, keep them spread out. They're not taking a whole lot of time to think about this, but both of these guys have sort of seen everything before, and their judgment and experience are very, very, very valuable and good. What do we get? 6, 6, 5? Well, he's got choices, but simplest seems to run away. Now he can wait for, well, either to get the second checker out. Ooh, 2, 6, kind of annoying. He's probably going to run. It covers the outfield, but is itself a target. And if he doesn't run, what does he do? He has no good 2, 6 to play. He'd have to either leave a blot on the other side of the board or bury a checker down to the 2-point. It seems like this is the best of a not particularly great number of choices, and he gets doubled. I'm not sure that this is lots of fun. All right, 3 and 1. Okay, big whoop. Hit it and probably keep going. I'm not sure where the other 1 would be. Now we need to come in and do something. Oh, they were right back where we were. Now the 3 loses the midpoint, but he's got more builders to fill in the 4, like that. Didn't use the new builder, but there's a 5 prime. Shuffle the back checker up a little bit. I don't think you want to overrun your prime. You want to build the 8-point here. So I think you sort of got to go into harm's way a little bit and do that. Play that 2 in the back. That looks right. Ace 6 or attack on the 3-point. And he got none of the above. So now he's going to attack. I guess he has no other choice. Black's should get in here, but he's not in bad shape. He doesn't panic if he doesn't get in. Ace, and does he step up or play with us? He felt stepping up to the 20-point was a little bit too dangerous. Oh, look at this. Look at this now. In with a 3 and hit, or a combination 3, 5, 2, or 1, 2. Otherwise, things could turn around, or they are turning around very quickly. He's a 3, or an ace 2, or a 5, 2. Ace 3. It looks like a 3. Is it cocked? You check. No, it's not. Now, trouble. Got to get in. Got to get in. Get in. 2 and safe. Okay, that's it's not so bad. He's at the edge of the prime. He's got a fair position himself. His opponent now can't do anything. He's got to play the whole 4-3 somewhere. He's probably going to run from his opponent's 3-point out to the 10-point. I'm not sure what plan B is, actually.
There is no plan B.
Yeah, there is no plan B. Here we are. All right, 3s and aces, or some big 6s to get away. Ace 4 looks like hit and keep on going and put a builder in there. Now, this can turn bad for white pretty quickly if he gets hit. 3, 4, another awkward number. Come in with a 3 and there is no 4. He'd rather not play a 4. I once made a joke about playing in the underhanded charrette. There was an article I wrote years ago and said, okay, just play half your number and pick up your dice. And that got me into a lot of trouble when somebody in tournament actually did that and blamed it on me. It was meant to be in jest. Okay, this is not ingested, in jest. Building the 7-point helps us blockade. This game is far from over. One bad exchange and all of a sudden the yellow holding the cube is very much in control. Like just roll a 2 here, 2 anything, and it's yellow's going to be getting pretty happy. Staying out, not so good. Now, black has a little work to do. He'd kind of like to roll a 5, and if not a 5, mobilize his back checkers. He can do a little of both. He'd certainly play that 4, and he's just going to keep going. He's not going to think about messing around. Could think about messing around, but he's not doing that. Once again, need a 2. Ace 4. Ooh. Okay, that's that. Oh, we only got 11s and 12s to cover the 2-point. If you cover the 2-point using a 5, then you're opening up the 7-point. I think he's going to take the blot into the 6-point. I think it's a 5-3. I'm not sure what else he can do. He can't hit. That's blocked. So he's got to come into the 6-point or break the bar point. I don't see that. I think he comes into the 6-point. Boom. All right, ace. Ace is a pretty big deal here. 6-3. Well, no, he missed. I think just build the 3-point, put together what you can put together. But this is going sad fast.
Two down.
He could do 2 down. There's a variety of hits which could get him gammon. But if he gets
overshoot.
if he gets away with it, he lives better. And I build what you can build and hope for a miracle later. 4 or 11 to cover. Not 8. Notice our 3-point blocks that too. This seems like there's not really a serious ace. Any ace. Oh, that's way too much. Okay, now he's forced to try to knock his opponent a little bit dizzy and hope for a flunk or two, during which time he had 1 flunk and then an ace, and this gets exciting. But he's got issues. I mean, if black gets right in and doesn't cover, and then an ace gets hit, things could work well. If black stays out, white really needs to roll an ace very soon. Oh, well, that doesn't cover the 2-point. It doesn't pick up a new checker, so that's obviously a good roll, but it's not a totally crushing roll. We still have an ace to shoot at, or possibly a deuce if we get hit ourselves. Oh, he's thinking about he could go for the he could go a gammoning here. He can make the ace point and bring a builder in, close the board, pick up the second blot, and the same gammon we were looking at just a few games ago. 2 men up and 4 men on the 7 and 8 point. This is keep the prime, and even if he rolls an ace, it might not come with a 6. The problem with the slightly negative, my guess is he's going to end up making this play. The downside is if 2 gets hit, there's 3 blots and the 2 is not constrained. He's going to be able to get out faster. This one is the other play is safer in terms of the win, but much less likely to win a gammon. All right, he went for safety. There's only 1 blot also. Roll an ace. Let's have some fun. Ooh, 2-6. The other play might not have worked so well. Okay, now we can still win a gammon. We got to cover and hit loose. Okay, or this is it's arguably his worst roll. 2 anything, and we got an interesting game. Oops. Okay, well, gammon's probably gone. I mean, it's okay. We cover. We got a checker off, but all our spares piled in the ace point. Yeah, there's 4 extras over there on our opponent's 7 and 8 points, but this is got to stay out a long time, and we're going to have to roll a couple of big doubles. And so far, nothing bad has happened, but nothing good has happened. A couple of flunks, that helps. Double ones now would be sort of fun. 6-1, no greediness. 4-4. All right, we starting to get. If I'm yellow, I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. 3-1. How he's counting out crossovers. He's counting. That's all the hand gestures. 1 to come in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, plus 1 to get off. 9 crossovers left. If we take 2 checkers off, we've got 10 checkers left. One doubles for us wins. A little bit of a risk here. Take 2 checkers off. You really want to be on an even number of checkers when you're in tight like this. So this is not. It's not ridiculous to do this. He's going for the gammon while adding a little extra chance of losing. A hit is hardly fatal at this point. Okay, now take 2 checkers off and don't get hit, or roll a 1. 6-2. Okay. Was it a 6? Yeah, he's thinking about keep the even number. Now we don't hit him, and there could be a gammon. What is it? Ace. Now clean it up and gammon him. Oh, perfect. We lost a roll, but we left no block. 5-1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 7. We're on. Oh, that saves us a roll unless we roll another 1. We're on track to gammon. 5-1 gets 2 crossovers, but makes a little bit of a mess. We're big favorites. That's it. Gammon. No, we would. Yeah, gammon. That's it. Nothing left to roll for. Where did we get to? Yeah, stack them all up, spin them all over. 9 to 5. Oh my goodness. You know, 1 point sort of stupid here for, or they may be taking a break. I may need a break myself. All right, I'm going to turn off the microphone for a second, have a drink of water.
You've been doing this for hours.
Yes, I've been doing this for hours. I need drugs or beers or something.
I'm impressed at you, Stanley.
All right, I guess we're back in action. Kimon promising the exciting games here, so let's see if he can deliver. 4-3. Chris is going. Oh, there's already a homeboard point made, so Chris is going to bring his builders down. 6-1. He builds a point. It's not the point he was looking for, but he'll take it. Now 8s and 9s. Escape the second back checker with hit. It does not happen. I don't think. Boy, it's tempting. He's more likely to shuffle the back one than he is to slide. He's only got one man back. He can also just pick the damn thing up. I think I'm guessing he's going to play 24-23. But let's see. Let's see. Well, he's thinking about it. Those are the three choices. You can play do nothing and just play 9-8. You can go all out and play 6-5, or you just this gets a little of both worlds. And you're not likely to be attacked there, and it does freeze the builders on the freezes the builders on the 8 point. All right, here we go. Back the other way. Lots of builders could use a point, preferably our 5 or 4 point. So 3-1, that does it. Take the traditional 5 point and be done with it. Okay, we got 7s, 8s, and 9s to hit back, which he would gleefully do if he does this. So let's take a look at. It's sort of mucky. Was he play an ace over there, make the 9 point split? I think the the looser but better future play is right. I see we're kind of sorry we didn't play the ace in the back last time. Do we play the ace in the back this time? Yes. Okay. He wants to leave himself an out. Okay. Cover the 8-point attack or everything. This may it could be a variety of choices here. He can just advance his back anchor and then tighten up some of these blots. It's not horrible. If he advances the back anchor out to the 21 point, then he play 8-5 and 9-6. That'll look kind of pretty. Another choice is to just build the 3-point and pound him, but he's more looking to win the game without any gammon action. This is the play. He could also, this is the play that tries to dodge. He's certainly not way less likely to get gammon here. He's made an advanced anchor. He's not left a lot of blots. Kimon has no problem whatsoever with a 3-1. He wants to build home more points. Next, he'll try to get outfield points. 5-4 does. It sort of forces him to point on him. And he's got a fair number of checkers there to work with. This better get in fast, or this could go sour. If black gets a little bit bigger edge here, like this, get in quickly and put something together, because if he completes this closeout, you're done. The match is going to end. What's he got? 4-1, a choice of what to do. If he comes in with a 1, he has no 4. So this is almost forced upon him. Now, aces, 3s, and 9s to hit on this side, 7s on the other side. What do we get? Double 2s, nifty shifty. The nifty shifty is coming off the midpoint to bring builders in for the 6-point. Here we go. Aces and 6s. We got to get something going. The tide's coming in. Ace. Is it a 4? Can anybody see that? It looks like a 4 to me. He has no good 4. He doesn't really want to go to the ace point. He certainly can't go to the 9 point. Well, he's just yuck. 4s to hit, aces to hit, 3s to hit, 5s and 1s to make the point. Do we keep our 5 prime and wait, or do we get piggy and pound away? If we keep our 5 prime, what do we do? Just play 11 to 4? No, get piggy and pound away. Leave the 4. Oh, the problem is, what do you do with the ace? You see, if he shifts the natural looking ace, duplicates his own 3s. Okay, that's still, any other ace is more destructive. Ace here, or a 6 and high. He fans this. If he can get this closeout going, the match is over. What is that? 6-4. Well, he's gonna. I presume he's gonna. Well, he could play wide open. I think he needs to cover the ace point. All right, get in, Kimon. You need a 6. You need it badly. Looks like a 6. What's it with? Where's the other die? I've lost the other die. Oh, 6-3 is frozen. Okay, what have we got? 12s and 3s and 2s. We'll concentrate on the 3s and 2s. That was a 3. 3s and 2s and boxes. Well, that's a little bit awkward. I don't think you want the contact and leave the 2 there. You might be right to leave that guy there. If not, you just do this. Okay, now Kimon's in control of the field, but certainly hasn't won the game. The race is an issue. He's going to have to. He's thinking about how big the counterpunch chances are. I don't think he should. Well, he's going to go for it. Go, Kimon. He's the grandmaster. Okay, he's easy take. Now the danger here for Chris is that he runs out of time, which he can, like 6-5 right now, shows what the danger is. That's why Kimon doubled, is that Chris has numbers which force him to leave from his anchor and make a mess. Okay, could consider voluntarily leaving, but it doesn't do any good. Now next turn, 6 and 5, and he is forced to leave. Oops, blocking the 6s. Okay, 5, and he is forced to leave. 1, 2, can't cover the 3-point. He would like to cover I think he's got to cover the 7-point. Gives him coverers for the 3-point and builders for the 4-point should Chris leave. And 4-6 keeps everything neatly tucked in. On the other side, 5-2 is sort of awkward. Okay, he's gonna set his snap back. Chris runs, Kimon snaps the trap. The 5-2 doesn't go anywhere. He really kind of needs to close home board points. The 5-2 played from the back leaves a direct shot. I don't. I'm having trouble seeing what he's thinking about doing if he doesn't clear the 8-point. Well, we'll find out. Maybe he'll do it. Oh, he can make the big. He can. I don't think he wants to make the big squeeze with a blot in his home board. All right, now 5s are forced to go. 4-6 is forced to go. Double 4s is a good number. There we go. 5-2. Where do we hide? We can't do. Can we duplicate anything? We don't want to mess up our board. We got to just do this and try to weather the storm. This, seeing a couple of rolls in advance, this is why Kimon doubled. 5-1, 5, 1. Okay, we kind of need a 4 here. Gammon going the other way went south. Now there's danger of a Gammon coming this way. As long as there's a Gammon, we're happy. 4-5 in, but out again. Just play the 4 and pick up your dice. 1, 2, 6, 3, 6, 1. Well, close them out. Yes, 7. We're not going to use it as a 7. Close them out or go to get the super oink going and hit 2. And now get in and get that second blot out of the way. Did not. 20 numbers, snap off the second blot. Then we have some fun. Oh, look at this. It's a 21st good number. Close the board. Now we can actually take our time. 20 numbers this time, 12 next time. Okay, we missed the 20. Here come the 12. Now we got one crack at the 12, or 3-1 would give us a second crack at the 12. What is it? 4-4. Okay, there's the end of that. Now, was that 2? Yuck. This is sort of annoying. Is that 1? Yeah, I don't think there's come in and take 2 checkers off. I mean, he's looking at ways to shuffle around and clear from the back. But I think I'll bet he ends up doing that. Right or wrong, it's what I'd do. I once won a tournament. The last one I almost won, it was this bozo who beat me. Was he maybe counting out hit numbers or shot numbers or something? He's got 2 checkers off. Can't be that much safer or less safe to play the other way. Let's take a look. Take a look. Go on, show us. I don't know how you're going to construct something meaningful here. This play just looks silly. Gets no checkers off, leaves a 6-1, which could well lose the game right then and there. He's not going to do that. That's the play. All right, on we go. I guess you want a double 4s or a 4 something. 4-5, stay there a turn. There's no real danger. Stay there a turn. Now, 6s, 5s, 4s, 6-2, 5-2. 4-1, oh, pick and pass. Go for the secure the win and start sniffing at the Gammon burger. 6-5, close to snapping 4 off. Think about getting in here. 6-5, all right, this is, it could be done. A couple of doubles and a limp. That was a doubles? Don't mess around. Okay, there we go. It's done. Over. See you later. Did we just, what do we get to? 2 to go, 4 to go? Oh, wow. This is the guy with 4 to go doubles all the time. The guy with 2 to go never doubles. A guy with 2 to go can get some good doubles if he gets into a late race. But basically if you want to try to figure out, you're relatively new to tournament backgammon, if you want a good rule to go by, if it's 2 to go, 4 to go, if you've got 4 to go, double almost right away, then you're not going to make any big mistakes. And if you've got 2 to go, never double. You're either not good enough or you're too good. You should either be playing for a gammon or you shouldn't be putting the whole match up for grabs. If the player with 2 to go doubles, the player with 4 to go can simply take and immediately redouble, and it's all on 4. It's just this one game for the match. All right, so Chris is going to be trying to, build an advance anchor, play safe. He wants to play a race. And Kimon wants action. He wants gammonist positions. I mean, it's all there is to it. If it starts to steer even remotely toward a gammonist position, Kimon will double. What do we got? Ace. Oh, he can reach the starting position. Careful play. He can reach the starting position.
He already doubled.
Oh, well, I missed it. While I was talking, he doubled. Well, that takes care of that. So I had that right. Well, he's not going to reach the starting position. He's going to play 13 to. I don't think he's going to hit either. That looks a little spastic. I think he's going to play 13 to 8. All right, so here we go. How do we play safe and just win? And how do we? Well, that's how you wear the Gammon right there. Thank you, Kimon. Now you didn't want to not double earlier because it might be too late now. In with a 2 and bring a 4 down. In with a 4, bring a 2 somewhere. Maybe even bring a 2 to the 4 point. And what the heck? Or it's an ace. Okay, do that. I like that. Hit them, gammon them, crush them.
5-3.
5-3. What in the world does 5-3 do? You can run away. Run away is not silly. Yeah, put a guy in the 5 point. Those are the 2 choices that immediately come to mind. I don't think he wants to make the 3 point. I think he either runs away, 5 down, and come up with a 3. That doesn't look right. Seems like it's all of one or all of the other. I mean, given that he wants all this gammon action and stuff, he may play the 13 to 5. Show us, Kimon. Show us what to do. I think the running play is soured a little bit. Can we see 13 to 5 and see what it looks like?
It looks like that was more Gammon.
Well,
Yeah, why get more?
a little peach and a little vanilla, as the great Arthur Dickman used to say. That was a very good underrated player from about 2 generations ago. There, you did it. Little peach and a little vanilla. And 5-4, which accomplishes on a scale of 1 to 10, 0. What are we going to do with 5-4? Boy, it's almost tempting to hit, which is exactly the sort of thing that Trencher does not want to be getting himself into. They can make the ace point, but that seems really retarded. Pop out with a 5 and do what with a 4? It's in a weird sense, he may be safer with 4 men back than 3. I'm not hitting, just pure play 13 to 4 hit is not out of the question, as silly as it looks.
He should hit. He likes it.
Who saw that play? I mean, it just seems like here we are trying not to be gammoned. Our opponent's got his 5 point built. How can we make this Looney Tunes play? As XG comes so far that it makes us do this. I think that's clearly plan B. I think we're going to see one or the other of those 2 plays. There's something to be said for this. It is a home board point. It's only the 1 block, but the fans are clearly cheering for the other play. We get this boring play. All right, go get him, Kimon. Punish him. Another 5-3. You got multiple choices. He could run away and be safe, although I'm not sure that the checker back on the 21 point isn't more of an asset than a liability in this position. I think you got 3 good plays. You can just build the builder into the 5, try to be pure and build your prime in order. You can just run away and try to come home safely and not worry about anything. Or you can make the 3 point, really hoping that in the next couple of rolls, your opponent doesn't put together your, make your 4 point or in some way counterattack you. Well, I might actually end up just running away and getting that guy out, bring him into play and see what happens later. All right, he's doing this. That's sort of the in-between play. Okay, 3, counterattack, run, counterattack.
4-2.
Yep, counterattack. Now we really want to get in and make the 21 point. Hit him. run, hit him, run, hit him, run, hit him, run, hit him. He's not going to come in with two, so it's okay. Hit him, keep it going. That's the theory. Did he punch his clock or is he stewing? If he punched his clock, his opponent would be rolling, so he's stewing. There we go. All right, that's a good time to hit back. 4 or some combo. Oh, 4-6. Hit. You know, it's sort of annoying. You kind of want to leave that guy there. He might leave that guy there. Coming down to the 7 point, gives him builders, gives him potential blocking, and it's the same 4 as hits in his own board. I mean, he really wants the 21 point. He doesn't want to run out and leave 2 guys stranded on the 24. I'm betting on 13-7 here. It looks funny. It leaves a lot of blocks, but I think it might be the right play. I don't know about that. All right, let's see. 3 and 1, that plays itself. And now we got to try to play this frontward. How are we gonna untangle those back? What's with the ace? 4-1. Is that a 4?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, the problem, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't with the ace. If you split, you're asking to be beat on. If you don't split, you're gonna run out of time back there. You've already built your ace point. Yeah, I think it's dangerous, but I think he has to split, which is why I'm not sure I like this running out in the first place. How do you ever expect to get this home? And he's also trying to, yes, he wants to win, but he also wants to dodge getting Gammon. Getting Gammon is difficult to come back from. Well, what do we roll?
2-4. Just make it 3.
Yeah, I think so. That's at this point, playing against only the 2 checkers back in the 24. At this point, the purity doesn't matter so much. It's just making the points. Black can't do anything. I mean, your anchor on the 22 is good. Black can dance around and wave his hands and spin in circles and stand on his head. It doesn't affect you. You're gonna build your points in order and prime him, and then you're gonna crush him like a bug. That's your plan. 3-6. Okay, look at this. Look at me. I'm building my 5 point. Well, you may end up running instead. Got my 5 point. Sure fooled you, and then white just keeps on rolling home. 5-3. Boom, boom. I mean, I'm expecting black to run out of time first. 4-1's sort of nice. Plays it safe. Now, it'd be nice to fill in the 4 point would be cool. 6s, 4s, and 3s. 4-1. Shuffle them around to leave as many builders as we can. I don't think you want to slot it right now. That's a little bit too dangerous. And I wonder why would you do that as opposed to. Yeah. All right. Well, there we go. Now what? Oh, look at this. We've got a 5 prime. 6-1. Ooh. Okay, out we go. All right. Now what? This is if this works for black. If this works for black, it's he's got some time. The aces and 3s do happen. All right. Do we attack? Do we roll a 6-4? Well, this is exactly what Kimon wants to see. Black's overrunning the play, as they say. He can hit with a 4, but then what's he do with a 6? That may be it. I mean, plan B is what? Just dump checkers and not put him on the bar and hope for a miracle. This one, at least, I don't know. This is not good. You know, how do we save getting gammoned at the same time? How do we win? He may end up doing this, as bad as it looks. And 4-2. Oh, that's a perfecta. Yes, it's only a 5 prime, but the gap there makes it the equivalent of a 6 prime. And Chris has a real mess here. He could end up with several more checkers back. Leave the blot back there. We want to gain the 6-5. There you go. Leave the blot back there. Sweeping up a 3rd or maybe even a 4th checker is huge. It's going to be hard to get. It's going to be hard to get 2. Sweeping up a 3rd checker is a big deal in terms of trying to nail this gammon. Or gammon, what are we doing? Yeah, he's trying to nail a gammon, which wins the match. Stay back there. I mean, every so often, the damned ace point races to victory. What do we got? 5-3. Here's a shot. Take a poke. If you miss that, your opponent might roll 6-4 or 5-4 and leave a double shot. We hit it. Okay, now we got it set up. We can get a fourth checker. Ace-4. Ace-4. There's the 4. No ace. So we're going to have to leave our haunt, unfortunately. So we roll very small. All right, so now we're going to try to gammon him. I mean, it can be done. It certainly can be done. Okay, that's too bad he got in, but that was bound to happen before we were bearing a lot of checkers off. Small chance that the ace point game wins as opposed to running, but unless he rolls very small, he's going to lose his 5 point. Now that's pretty small. Now a 5 forces us home. Okay, do you play safe or do you play to squeeze him out? There was a world championship match against Paul McGrill years ago that I decided to play to keep him cramped in, and I lost the damn game. I never cleared my 7 point. Paul's alive. I cuss him out again. He's probably tired of hearing it. All right, what do we do? Cleaned it up, no blots, and now we start bearing off. There could be a gammon here. I don't know the odds because you get hit a lot. Just when it looks like you're going to win a gammon, you leave a double shot and get hit. So ace points hit a lot of shots. It's very, very hard for black to win this game, but he can save a gammon by hitting a shot. Or he can just get power gammon, and that's the end of that. Good to get that guy out and going. It takes a while to get the yellow checkers off. And sometimes you're leaving shots along the way. So far, no shots. That's nice. Nice to close another point in this board, so a hit gave you a little more chance to get home. Now, this question here is he's going to play 5-4 and try to clear more smoothly, or 3-2 and get more checkers off. Getting checkers off is a pretty big deal here, where you really want to win a game. I mean, the gammon is just huge. And 2 checkers off. This is getting serious. Although again, shots get left. See, I want a double shot. I want a double shot. Now, what's that? 4-3. Okay. Yeah, we got a checker. Ace hits, and we scramble to save the gammon, or get hit back and lose more badly. Stayed out. Okay, we got no real nightmare rolls here, other than, is that an ace something? Is it 4-1? That's an awkward little number. Like, he's got exactly 8 checkers left, so he's not hit. He powers home and tries to win a gammon. At 4, we get excited. 6-3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to get off at 3, 1, 2. It's close. Doubles will do it. Ooh, setting up a miss. You need some, get 8 or 9 pips here. 6 pips. It's awkward. It's close. Don't roll an ace. 6-5. We got to get off in 2. We need 9 pips or something. I think that's a 7. I don't think 7 pips is enough. Now we need our opponent to roll an ace, or we're gonna need big doubles. This is not enough pips. What's that do? That'll get us off on double 4s. Notice that does not get us off on double 5s. Don't have enough pips to get off on double 3s. This is 4s or 6s. What's our other choice? This is not too tricky. Try the legal choices and see which numbers get you off. Where are we? There. This okay, 6s gets us off. 4s doesn't. And there's none. Oh, 5. We covered 5s here, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got 4s, 5s, and 6s. But roll an ace to make it more interesting. 6-4. All right. Here we go. 6-2. Done. Gammon. Wow. Nice match. Congratulations to both players. Very, very, very exciting. All right, signing off for now. I don't know if we got any more goodies coming from the Cherry Blossom Championship.
It was Papachristopoulos.
I'm Ken Goulding. Thanks for listening. I'm going to go get a drink of water.